Hi, this is AuraSIM platform, and in today's video we are going to see how we can generate and modify 3D scenes using DWG and DXF files, and then also update the scene using prompts. So we click on the AuraSIM application, and we get a web stream window using which we can modify, update, and create any 3D scenes for virtual commissioning. It takes a few seconds to get connected. So once the system is connected, we have this AuraSIM toolbar where we can see different extensions, and we can click on the SRS warehouse generation extension that we have built. In the first step, we have to select any DWG or DXF file. So we have already some DWG files present with us, so we can select any one of them. Let's say we go with this particular file. We click on submit button. So it goes to our backend, it processes the file and creates a 3D scene out of it by understanding all the edges, polygons, and internal system of the DWG file to extract metadata and pass that metadata to the AI system to generate 3D environments. So here we see a warehouse with the ASRS system. So if I go and zoom in, we could see like multiple conveyor belts, cranes, racks with boxes that got generated using the DWG file that we have given. So DWG file is mostly extracting the dimensions and other related metadata to place anything in the 3D scene along with the dimensions of the outer warehouse and the shell that we see over here. So yeah, we can see that. Now let's use a prompt engineering layer to modify the created scene. So here we can specify anything. So let's start with half the of files and also half the and modify the number of files to, let's say, 5. At the background, our AI model is running, which understands the prompt and understands how this 3D space could be modified to make the changes that are requested by the user. It takes some time to load up the scene. So here we can see it has like modified the length and also converted the number of files to 5. So if I zoom in and focus on this section, we can see like number of files is to 5. So we would also maybe require to now maybe increase the gap between the files. So let's prompt for that, or maybe triple the distance between aisles. Let's submit that. Ideally, it should increase the gap between the aisles so that it has more space for cranes or anyone to move in between. Let's wait for the new scene to get generated. So we can see now the distance between the aisle is now increased. We have the conveyor belts, we have the cranes, we have the lifter module. We also have a way to modify the number of racks in terms of height in the system. So maybe let's try to double it down and see how it works. And I think I can also double the number of aisles to maybe fill up the whole warehouse. Double the number of aisles and also double the level of racks and fill density of the racks to, let's say, 50% to have like more boxes present into the racks. So even if there are like typos and all, so our AI model is smart enough to understand that and understand what the user is trying to say and build the environment accordingly. The new scene, now it's being loaded into the viewport. So we can see now there are double number of files. The height of the rack also increased to the double of the size which was previously over there. And now we can see there are like more boxes. So the 50% of the whole rack ASRS system is now filled with boxes and pallets as we required and suggested by the prompt. So yeah, I think this is the working version of the whole system. So to make the ASRS system move, we also have some working demo, I guess. So let me try to open that. So once the ASRS system is built, we can also add the animation and motion to the cranes to pick up the object, lift up the box, and come back to the conveyor belt system. So if we play that, so you can see we have different cranes which are now moving, going to the place to pick up the boxes, and also they have a lifter to do the task as suggested by the end user and configured by the end user. Yeah, this is a new extension that we got added to our AuraSIM platform.